YouTube is literally life. It took me some time to actually figure this out. And no, life isn't instant. I mean, like instant noodles. It's only noodles that are instant, right? And neither is anything meaningful in life instant. It takes time, it takes process. But the question is, how bad do you want what you want? Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. This is Luchi on Luchi's Journal. So today I'll be sharing 7 stages of YouTube growth, also in comparison to life, right? So these stages can also serve for YouTube and also life. It actually took me some time to realize this, right? So I genuinely hope you stay, because the 6th tip, the 6th stage, is more or less the most important and where a lot of us flop. So without much further ado, let's just dive right into the video. The video is actually something very close to my heart, given the fact that it's talking about life and also what this channel represents, and I hope it's also close to yours too, the journey of life. So during one of my introspections at night, so there is something I do every night before finally calling it a night, like finally dozing, sleeping up. I do a mental recap of how my day has gone. So during one of those ruminations, my YouTube community, this channel came to mind. In as much as I love doing this, in as much as I love the fact that I'm here sharing my journey, my growth, and what I know or I think I know, and also wanting to learn from you, it actually feels good when you're growing on this pace. It's actually like it gives a mental boost. It boosts you, encourages you to do more. So at that moment, I wasn't actually feeling that energy boost, right? So I was actually feeling stuck at some point, given not just my YouTube channel now, but life generally, my journey of life and YouTube as well. So it struck me that this journey of growing on YouTube and my journey of life are practically the same. They all share same basic formula and stage, right? And no, it's not an easy fix. I actually don't think that there is anything good or meaningful that comes easy, because I feel like if good things or things that are meaningful were to be as easy as a lot of people make it look, then a lot of people will have those good things. So the reason why a lot of people don't have it is because it's not an instant thing. It's not a quick fix. You have to work for it. And some people get tired or worn out or burnt out or lazy along the line, and they will end up not achieving what they are almost getting, not achieving that success that they dream, because they feel like, oh, this is taking so long, this is taking so much time, and they end up quitting. Why the very few that persevere or put in effort intentionally and continuously all through it will end up receiving it more. That's why it looks scanty about the number one stage of any brand building or whatever it is the hype stage, also known as the excitement or the birth of an idea stage. That initial excitement that comes with, wow, I have this beautiful idea that I want to build up, or wow, I have brought up or I have opened a YouTube channel, or I've started a business. That's initial excitement and boost, dopamine boost here and there. The hope, the anticipations and all that. That stage, that is the hype stage. And the good part about this is that stage does not last for long. It is actually very much temporal. So it is expected now during that bump feeling, everything feels fresh, you feel good, you're like all excited, all hyped up, and you believe that this is going to be your big break and all that. It's not a bad thing. I mean, we all felt that. I feel it most time. I felt it too when I opened this channel. But then again, reality checks them. We realize that most times things don't always go as you planned. Life happens. 9.9%. So you already have your plans all figured out, feeling like by this time so yeah, I have all things figured out. I'll start making billions. I've hit 1,000 subscribers. I've hit 1,000 watch hours and blah blah blah. And life will just be by one side looking at you. I've come to realize that eventually these things, having to plan is not a bad thing entirely, but we should also make plans for life to happen, because eventually life will happen, right? And when we make these plans or have these contingency plans or the plan B, we won't be gotten by surprise, because I feel like most often than not, that is what happens to us, and we end up giving up after the hype stage. We end up giving up because life happened, you feel discouraged, and you cancel everything. It's okay to feel the hype when it comes, but always have it at the back of your mind that life doesn't always go as plans. There are obstacles and audios that are meant to come, and it is normal. Everybody go through this, right? So that is where the number 2 stage comes in, the motivation stage. The motivation stage. I'm actually big on this. Actually, I give it and I receive it, because you can't do life by yourself, if I'm being honest. This is the stage where your motivation is at the peak. Like, you're getting motivation, motivating yourself. Yes, I'm going to get this in so months. Yes, this is going to happen. Yes, this is going to happen. Like, you've planned everything out. You motivate yourself. You get motivations from everywhere. You have the zeal. You're keeping it going. You're pushing. You're believing. You're believing in the process. You're aspiring to perspire, right? Which isn't bad. It is a good thing, because most often than not, this motivations fuels us to keep going, right? Still riding with the excitement wave and all that. My dear besties, also have it at the back of your mind that this stage does not last long. The motivation stage does not. I feel like when we get to realize these things in any of the stage that we are, that anything can happen. We'll keep an open mind to any eventualities, making preparations for it. Then we won't be caught unaware, right? So that life will just knock you a blow and you give up entirely. What makes life fun is some of these things, if I must confess. They make life fun, and what makes it worthwhile and makes your story different is that you were able to go through all of this, right, and come out victorious. This stage doesn't last long. Now, here is where things begin to get real. Number 3, the denial stage. At this stage, your motivation is beginning to wane. Those little drops you used to see is gradually reducing. So the thing is, it's either it is reducing, or it has stopped, or it is stagnant. And those 3 things is annoying. It is frustrating, because you're feeling like, okay, I got 1 today, tomorrow I should get 2, next tomorrow I should get 3. Because I feel like the constant realization or growth that you see motivates and boosts your energy to do more. Now, when you are at that stage where you're stuck, or where the little drops is not even increasing in quantity or anything, or the growth isn't coming, or the growth paused and became redundant, there are tendencies that you start having this 3rd stage, which is the denial stage. You start doubting yourself. You start asking yourself, am I even in the right path? There are people that have done this thing and they are doing well. Why is my own difference? Backstory. They might not really share the story online. Some do share, but most often than not, you don't see the full picture. You don't see the pains they went through. You don't see the tears that they had to share to be where they are today. No good success story was actually achieved overnight. There were times of pain, time of tumult, time of when you had to put in the very best, and there were times that you were actually even doubting yourself. Also, such story I feel like went through these stages as well. But the thing is, if you're able to if you're able to get close to them and ask them, they all will tell you the same thing. It's just that the social media has made it look like everything comes easy. Nothing comes easy. You have to put in the work. So definitely, you're sure the denial stage is very much valid, but you can't dwell on the denial stage for so long, because if you do, it's going to kill your morale, it's going to kill your why, it's going to kill every positive thing that is driving you to achieve what you are meant to achieve. So yes, the denial stage will come when you are not experiencing or getting the feedback, the results that you have built for yourself, So after you have built all your castle in the air with anticipations that definitely after doing all of this work, money will start pulling in and all of those things, blah, blah, blah. Reality sets in. Right? Paint a clear picture. Maybe you're a YouTuber starting off on this space newly, like me, a new YouTuber in the house, right? You're putting in videos every week or even every day and all of those things, but the subscribers aren't coming through. They are coming through in trickles, they're not coming through the way you expect them to come through. Even being honest, if you're a human being, you would definitely doubt yourself. You would definitely feel that. You'll be like, wait, my channel, you might even be feeling like, oh, my stuff is better, my videos, my content are better than these ones, but this person is getting so and so views and getting so and so subscribers. Why am I not getting what I'm meant to get? But the thing is, do you know the effort that those ones put in? Do you know how many years they have been there? Do you know how they promote their videos? feel like sometimes when we are asking ourselves these questions or doubting ourselves, we should also ask ourselves the other questions of what are those things that the other person is doing that I am not doing to get it right. So instead of questioning yourself, ask yourself, how do I get it right? That should be questions. Because if I'm being honest, this denial stage can be the most daunting. It can be the most devilish. Because it will make you kill your self-esteem. Like, you could practically kill or destroy the foundation that you have laid. The beautiful foundation and idea that you have laid over the years. The denial stage. It's very much valid to feel it. I mean, that's what makes us human, right? But the good thing is, you shouldn't dwell on the deniers. You shouldn't dwell on it, right? Eventually, life isn't necessarily about your immediate result or how fast you got something. It is most times about the process that you took to achieve these things, because there is no immediate success. Like I repeated earlier, if there are immediate successes, a lot of people will be legitimately, I'm not talking about the illegal ones, I'm talking about a lot of people will be legitimately successful. So every legitimate or legal business or success, there is a deep down story behind it. A story of pain, a story of tears, a story of hard work, a story of sleepless nights, a story of doubt too, right? So the thing is, are you ready to put in this work? Now, after this denial stage, if you're able to overcome this denial stage and go to the next one, I feel like you should applaud yourself, because it's a great thing. A lot of people do not go past this denial stage. A lot of people sink in deep in it with depression and feeling bad, low self-esteem and all of those things. So if you're able to pass this stage, the next stage is the fallback stage. That stage where you just have to like think things through and tell yourself to rest. Just rest, calm down, go back in, re-strategize, bring out all of your plans, right? There's someone you're looking up to in the industry. Go and study them, study what they have done, go back in time, look at what they have been doing, how they were able to achieve what they achieved. Compare it with yours, compare and contrast. What did they do that I'm not doing? What should I do? Use that your falling back time, your resting time, to plan better, so that you're coming back up with all of the energies, all of the good plans, all of the good things you need to succeed. That stage where you have this inevitable desire to just rest, to just chill, because you're down, you're tired, you're like, I beg, after all of this my work, all of this my effort, nothing is, let me just rest. But the thing is, when you're resting or trying to rest forward, don't rest backward, in the sense that don't rest back into depression, rest back into feeling bad. Rest forward to research or dig deep or look for materials that would help you grow, because I don't want to believe that there is nothing new under the sun, which means that thing you're trying to achieve, someone else has achieved it. So what you have to do is just get their blueprint and work with it. Just get their blueprint and work with it, right? Then you realize that these things, as far as someone else has done it, you can do it. So this falling back, after taking it in, should be able to teach you that success takes discipline. Success takes discipline, effort, intentional effort, and hard work. It doesn't just happen like that. It's actually a process where you learning to build capacity, so that you can always recreate that success if anything happens to you at the top, right? There is something that some people actually feel about resting phase. Resting phase doesn't mean you're quitting. Resting phase doesn't mean you're quitting, or resting phase doesn't mean that I'm tired or I'm giving up. No, it's okay to rest. I mean, when you're running for so long and you're tired, it is okay to rest. What makes you a quitter is when you throw in the towel and you're resting and you're not getting back up. It is okay to rest, to calm your brain, pick a better point and come out better. Yes, it is okay to rest so you don't get worn out or burn out. Actually take that time to have an introspection, refresh yourself, declutter, take out things that are not meant to be there, mentally and otherwise, and come out better. So it is okay to take a step back. As far as you're not signing out, you're taking a pause, you are not signing out. However, after the rest, it is time to get back up and come out stronger. This time with a more renewed sense of commitment, right? Next stage is the discipline phase. The stage where you would intentionally, because one thing is, there is a there is a level to which motivation can go, because eventually the motivation doesn't really last that long. It comes and it goes. But what sustains you more is you have to discipline yourself. You have to intentionally discipline yourself. Discipline is not sweet. It's all about showing up even when you don't feel like it, right? That is what discipline is. Rechecking your why, asking yourself, why did I even start this in the first place? Asking yourself your why behind your first step, and making that intentional effort to be consistent. It is not easy. The beautiful thing about discipline stage is that it is the game changer. It makes everything different. It is the phase where you realize it's not just about the success in the long run, right? It's all about showing up, because you achieve success when you continuously show up consistently and keep putting in the effort. That is how success come through. Success come through when you are always showing up. Success is not a one-off thing. It is something that is being achieved by your daily habits. Right? It's not something that is out there in the future waiting for you. No. Success is the one step you take today, the second step you take tomorrow, the next step you take the next day. A continuous habit. And you achieve this by making intentional efforts to be disciplined in all that you do. Eventually, making it big in life, or creating a brand or building a brand, and also growing a channel isn't a one-off thing, or like the normal word. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon, meaning it is something that you intentionally put efforts to on a daily to grow. Alright, sometimes you have to remind yourself why you started in the first place. That should be like a huge motivation for you, that even when you're not feeling like it, you push yourself, you discipline yourself to show up, you discipline yourself to put in as much effort, and not be like a lackadaisical about what you're doing or nonchalant, right? Because eventually in the long run, what you're doing now will speak for you, because posterity will take note and be like, wow, he or she has paid his due. So whatever result that is coming up now has been paid for, right? Because eventually when motivation fails, discipline keeps you going. Like I said earlier, motivation doesn't last as long, but discipline keeps you afloat. Moving on to the next stage, the commitment stage. The commitment stage takes intentionality. It takes you being aware of what you're doing, opening your eyes to actually know what you're doing and doing it. You need to be committed. That is that stage. I feel like if you have gotten to this stage, then I hail you. You're doing great. People do not get to this commitment stage. That stage where you'll be like, okay, I've seen it all. There are days it's good, there are days it's bad, but I have chosen, I have decided to be committed. I have made the choice to be committed to this, because I know that with my commitments, with my effort, with everything I'm putting forth, it will yield results. Commitment stage, right? Stage that you have decided to, you're going to be showing up day by day. You are going to be representing. Come what may, you have made the journey a part of your life. Point, you have radically stopped waiting for motivation. You have made it a way of life. You have yourself, come what may, I am showing up. I want to enjoy the process, because I know that I am trusting the process. I know that with hard work and doing what is expected of me, trusting the process, it will yield results. About waiting for the perfect moment now. It is about doing the work even when you don't feel like it. That is this, but I feel like it's the boss stage. Like, you're taking control. The situation is not controlling you. You're taking charge because you're the boss. So at this stage, you've succeeded in making it a lifestyle, not just a dream. So whether you're building a YouTube channel, building a brand, building your business, or you're figuring out life for yourself, consistency, dedication, the efforts you put are what leads to the growth eventually. They are what lead to the long-term growth, because the quick instant fix does not last long. Yes, another honest truth though, sometimes even when we have put the right habits in place, done all we can and all of those things, number 7 stage still comes into play. The 7th stage is, I don't feel like it, but I have to show up anyway. Right? It's that showing up anyway stage. I call it the showing up anyway stage, right? Even though I don't feel like it, I am showing up. It's a win-win thing. Success will require your efforts, your consistency, and your hard work, even when you don't feel like it. Success does not care whether you feel like it or not. Even when you've made a decision to be committed, building the habits and all, there will be days when you're tired, there will be days when you don't feel like it, but you just have to like push yourself to show up, psych yourself to show up. Please. Definitely life happens and all of those things. There are days when things happen and you don't want to show up, but just psych yourself, even if it's not 100%, 50%, so shine, to just ensure that you ticked good for that day, right? I get it, there are times you get tired, you're uninspired, but best is show up. Tell yourself that this year that you're going to be showing up regardless. This is me also telling myself, literally, you'll be showing up on this space and every other part of your life, doing what is expected of you, regardless of what the situation is, because life is expected to life. You can't bow to the pressures of life and give up, right? You just have to keep doing what is expected of you, pushing through and just keep going. I feel like this is one major phase that differentiates between the successful and the unsuccessful. I mean, because I don't think there is any successful person today that will tell you that they always feel like showing up all the time. There are times when you're tired too. They know that they have a why. They know that it's something that pushes them to wake up every day. So regardless, they show up. So if they can show up, tell yourself, I am showing up regardless. You can just write it and paste it somewhere. I am showing up regardless. Luchi is showing up regardless this year. So my beautiful people, whether you're building a YouTube channel, you're figuring life, you're building a brand, you're building your business, you're going to school, you're studying, you're doing one thing or the other, you should always know that it is not always as rosy. Life is not a bed of roses. It is not always as rosy. The highs and downs will come in, the struggles will come in, but then again, the triumphs will come in too, right? The triumphs will come in if you hold on long enough. What differentiates the quitters from the winners is that the winners didn't quit. They kept going. Even when the waves were so strong and the tempest were just raging, they kept going. So the difference is, even when the trials keep coming, keep holding on to your triumph, because your triumph is just by the way. I mean, because I feel like through it all, you realize that success is not an overnight thing. You have a good story to tell. You have a blueprint that you can show to others to follow. You will have a pattern that you can always recreate for success. It's something I tell myself, a success that I can't recreate or give someone a blueprint to recreate isn't a success at all. One should be able to recreate your success because you have a story, legit story. You have times you've gone through others, you have times you experience setbacks and you are able to overcome those things. So you should be able to tell someone after you overcome all of those things, how they can also overcome them, because you have gone through that part and you know how it feels. You know all of the things that you do. So you'll be able to tell someone else for them to do it and succeed too. If someone can recreate your success using the story you told them, that means that success isn't yours. That means you stole it. That means it isn't legit, right? So someone should be able to recreate any success that you are enjoying today using the story or the blueprint you gave them, because it is yours. It is your personal story and you did it and it worked. So YouTube growth is literally life growth, because it teaches us that the path to success isn't one off. The path to success isn't instant, like instant noodles, right? It takes time, it takes process. It's all about consistency, commitment, showing up even when you don't feel like it, dedicating your time, putting in the work, the smart work, and the hard work. So if you're on your own journey as well and you'd want to share with us some of your stories or some of the phase at which you are at the idea stage, what stage are you at? Please do well to comment in the comment section below so that we can learn from each other. If there are times that you have gone through trials, you can share your tales, you can share the steps on how you were able to overcome. Who knows, someone might be at that phase right now and they might be needing help or ideas on how to overcome. So this is practically what I have for you today. If you like this video or if you've learned something, please do well to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Please subscribe and stay. Help this channel grow. I looked at my back end and I realized that a lot of the people watching these videos are not subscribed yet. Please subscribe and be part of this family. Like this video, share this video, comment, drop your comment section. I receive each and every one of your comments and I'll reply to each and every one of them. So this is is Luchi's journal, and I share everything self-development, self-growth, life issues in between, and the idea is to build a community of like-minded people that is ready to grow and break the narrative. Okay, so I'm going to be seeing you on my next video, so please stay tuned. Until then, do well to take care of yourself.